Guys, breaking news. This weekend, I got engaged. I'm so stoked.
It's Lisa, Danielle. Something like that.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Lisa D, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and click that notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video or whatever. But we are back, finally, with another DIY, and this DIY, I am in love with, you guys. I'm in love with it. I had this idea that I wanted to do like an Adidas track pant jean, so of course I went and I found one YouTuber that had already done this DIY, and it's Blueprint DIY. Check out her channel if you haven't already. I will link it below. However, when I tried to do this DIY her way, it just didn't work for my body type. So she used a pair of vintage Levi's that were not stretchy, and not stretchy don't work for me, y'all. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna show you how to do this DIY the curvy girl way with a pair of stretch skinny jeans. And there is a minor alteration to the way that she does it. The way she does it does add width to your jeans, so it makes the leg of your jeans more wide leg, but I'm gonna show you how to do it like a skinny jean. So I used a pair of skinny jeans that are just a little bit too small for me because this is gonna add width. And then I thrifted 2 pairs of Adidas track pants for like $2, yo. $2. Turn up. So if you want to see how I make my skinny jeans just a little bit bigger for us curvier girls and add a little bit of sass making it a track pant, then stay tuned. I'm starting out with the 2 track pants I thrifted from Value Village. I was super lucky to find these neon green ones. Like what? Like what? This color? Like what? Anyway, I'm gonna take my neon green track pants and I'm going to cut out the 3 Adidas stripes. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing this maybe with like 2 inches of seam allowance. And also make sure that you cut around the Adidas logo because we are gonna use that to make these really look like track jeans. I'm also cutting out the pockets. With Blueprint DIY, she kept the pockets, but when I did it her way, for my body type, my hips did not allow these pockets to look good. So we're just gonna get rid of them altogether. So I have my little Adidas patch here. I'm also gonna do this with the black stretch leggings. These are a little different. I'm only leaving about 1 inch seam allowance for these since they are a little more stretchy. Now I'm taking my stretch jeans that I've had forever. They kind of don't fit anymore. They're a little bit tight. Like I can still get them on, but they're a little tight. I'm gonna cut straight up the side seam all the way to the top of the jeans on both sides. You're gonna do this to both legs. I'm gonna show you how to do this just on one leg, but you know, just repeat the process on both legs. When you get to the top, it is gonna be a little tough to cut, so make sure you have very, very sharp scissors. Now here's where we're gonna make them skinny jeans. Make sure you line up the cut sides even. And I'm gonna cut kind of like a little triangle out of the side, maybe about 1 inch or so wide at the bottom and cutting all the way up at an angle. And we're doing this so that when you add the 3 stripes, it doesn't make your jeans an awkward in-between wide leg. We definitely don't want that. So we're cutting out this triangle to make the jeans still be a skinny jean. And I do this on both legs, making sure they're even. Now, starting with the front of my jeans on the left side, I'm gonna lay that directly on top of my 3 stripe cutout. Make sure when you pin this that you are lining up the waistband. It's definitely more important to line up the waistband than the bottom of the leg first. Making sure not to cover up the first stripe. So I'm gonna kind of lay it directly beside it and I'm gonna pin all the way down to the bottom. At the bottom, you'll see my track pant was a little bit longer, but I kind of like the overhang. So I'm just gonna cut a little snip right beside the first stripe and take that black piece and fold it under. When I sew this down, that part will just stay sewn as well. Now, flipping it over, I'm going to take my Adidas patch that I cut out from the pants and I'm gonna figure out where I wanted to lay on my jeans. Once you figure that out, you're just gonna pin it down right side facing the inside of the jeans, and we're gonna sew that to the jeans. Now using a straight stitch, I'm just gonna sew directly on top all the way down to the bottom. Once I've sewn that down, I'm going to flip to the inside and I'm going to sew directly around the square, making sure that patch is secure. And I'm using black thread so that when I flip it over, I'll be able to see my thread, and you'll see why in a second. Now moving on to the back. A little bit tricky here, but not too tricky. Hopefully you can follow me. Once again, I'm going to line up the waistband just like we did with the front side. And once I get to the bottom of the waistband, this is where we're going to pin it a little bit different because we're going to have to sew it a little different. So what we're going to do is fold over the track pant side and then place the jean underneath it so that you have this little teeny tiny seam allowance space, and you're going to pin it to the inside of the jeans. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here because it's a lot easier to watch than it is to explain. And you're just going to keep folding and pinning to the inside of the jeans all the way down, making sure to leave a tiny bit of seam allowance. You don't want to leave too much because then it'll fold over too much once you put the jeans on. We want to make this a very small fold over so that you can barely see that we've made it a fold on the jeans. Once you're done pinning, you're just gonna sew a straight stitch all the way down that tiny side, and then you're gonna flip it back to the inside to sew down the waistband the way we did the front. And once you've sewn that down, you're going to flip it to the front, and you can see my black thread that I'm going to use as a guide. I'm going to pinch the jeans, trying not to pinch the patch on the inside because I don't want to cut it. I'm just going to cut a small hole so that I can squeeze my scissors in and cut right below that thread guideline. And I'm going to expose that patch as much as I want to expose it. Then I'm just going to take my fingers and do a little bit of distressing. I could have got tweezers. It probably would have been easier with tweezers, but I was lazy. So I just used that. And then as you wash it, this will fray even more. And once you do that, you are done and you have the most fabulous pair of track jeans. I did the same process with the black and white stripe jeggings and a pair of light color high-waisted jeans, and this came out amazing.